how to take in other people's opinions. That's today on The Art of Lifing with Keka. Okay, today's topic is, I think, more so for ladies than for men, although I certainly wouldn't exclude anybody. But this is something that I've seen in a lot of women, and I've seen it in myself, and I wanted to share with you. As women, so often as we're growing up, we don't know how to accept a compliment. And we need to change that. I have had countless conversations with girlfriends across the board, through work, through our community, through mummy groups, all kinds of things. And I find time and time again, when somebody compliments us as women, we kind of don't know how to accept it. So sometimes we just smile and nod and go, oh, and in our minds, we sort of repel that compliment and go, they might be thinking that, but really the truth is ... And sometimes we outright deny it or tell somebody that they're wrong. Sometimes I think that we were taught to be demure, to not have an ego, to be humble, but that doesn't mean that we can't stand in our confidence and stand in our strengths. But I think that happens sometimes. I was going out for a meeting with a friend of mine the other day, and I complimented her and said, "You just look ageless. You look like you haven't aged at all." And her response to me, in jest, was, "You need glasses." And how many of us have had that conversations, girlfriend to girlfriend, or just out in social settings? But we chuckled at it, but I said, "Oh my goodness, my dear, you have got to learn to take a compliment. I love you dearly, and I honestly mean it. You look great." And the fact that she came back and said, "You need glasses," to me means that there's more hidden undertones in there about the fact that that's not how I think and that's not how I need to accept it. Conversely, though, how many of us women, and probably men too, have had somebody give us a sense of criticism, say something to us that's kind of stuck with us? I know for me, I could probably put a long list of things together where people have criticized something about me. When I was in high school, somebody had criticized the shape of my nose and told me that it looked like an Indian food item that's called a pakora, which is sort of like vegetables fried in deep batter, and it's kind of all round and pudgy. And that bothered me for a really long time, even though I'm like, okay, my nose is my nose. It is what it is. And frankly, I should like the way that I look. That's the gift that God's given me. But I took his words and I just sort of embraced it for a really long time until I had to actively let that go and say, no, you know what? I'm not taking somebody else's opinion and keeping it for myself. But we do that all the time. We repel positive compliments and then we take the negative ones and keep repeating it and store it away and bring it out for reference when we need to. I find that even in work situations. I had a boss once who said to me, "You are not creative, but that's okay. You don't have to be. You can surround yourself with creative people." And I embraced those words as they were and thought, okay, I'm not creative, but I want to be. I like creativity, so I'm just going to now work harder to try to be more creative since this boss of mine told me that I wasn't. And yet, I've been an artist from the time that I was really so young. My mom is a musical singer, a classical Indian singer. I've been performing since I was 3. Creativity's been a really big part of my world all along. And all of the other evidence around me, I just discarded it, and I took that one person's statement about me and embraced it. So, ladies, I'm going on and on, but I really want us to think about how we accept negative criticisms around us, and we need to repel those. And then we need to take the compliments that people give us when it's genuine and authentic, and we need to embrace it. Not only acknowledge it and thank them for it, but really embrace it, take it in. Because when we do, that is the place where we can really build our inner confidence and our strength. And when we have that type of mindset, we're going to give other people more compliments too. So let's learn to embrace those compliments and repel those criticisms. Let's make a conscious effort to do that starting today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it, comment on it, and share it with someone you love. I put out new videos every Tuesday, and if you want to be notified specifically, then just click on that bell icon. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey, and I'll see you next time.